Hello everybody, this is your host Gabriel the Phoenix and welcome to another action-packed day. That's right, you know it, you love it. It's gonna be Lord of the Rings, and today we're gonna be giving you tips and guides for some of the most amazing factions, the evil faction. And let me tell you, it is very hardcore, very on point. Like I'm telling you folks, let's get into the game and let's talk about this. Okay, so first thing that we got to say and we got to point out, like I told you guys before, difficulty is super extremely hard. You're constantly at war, you think you're safe, and next thing you know, somebody's gonna be coming at you. For instance, here's a perfect example. Today I was minding my own business, and then all of a sudden I have this player here who just won't leave me alone. I don't know what it is. I mean, I guess you can say that there is something about me that people just love to fight. So first thing I would like to give advanced players is that when you go into, oh wait, what was that? Wait, I forgot something. You mean this video is sponsored by BlueStacks. That's right, BlueStacks. BlueStacks. What is BlueStacks? That's right, it is an emulator thing, so that way you don't have to use your phone while playing Lord of the Rings. If you want to download the Lord of the Rings game, the link is down below, right in this YouTube description. You can go down, and there's a couple other games that I also highly enjoy that you guys can actually play as well. So Gabriel, what's the point of BlueStacks? Well, I'll tell you this. The point of BlueStacks is so that you can free up your phone to play 2 times the games, as well be able to play on your computer in case you don't have the ability to go on your phone and you need to call or text somebody, or you're just looking up for information, or you're doing things by yourself. Who knows? Hey John, yes, we got sponsored by BlueStacks. And like I said, please click on the link below. We have downloaded the Lord of the Rings game and a couple other games that I enjoy. I will be doing reviews for each and every one of those games. I am definitely excited to start making beginner guides for Mega Man X Dive. I played that game back when it was in Thailand, when it was Rockman X Dive, and we're gonna get really deep down into the American version so you guys can be able to expect what that was. Now, back to the video on some advanced tips and guides. So, like I said before, when you are fighting in an evil faction, you're always going to be at war. So one of the tips that you're going to see is like, well, how do I go back to look at battles? I don't know. You can click on this, take out all this on this little weird symbol, and you're gonna go here and it will show you all the battles. Now when you scroll down, don't worry, it does take a minute. Don't think that the battles don't show or anything like that. So as you can see here, we're showing all the PvP with the land, but here is the players that we're gonna be showing you today right here. Okay, so when you fight somebody, it's gonna show up pretty much on your mail, your battle reports right here. You can go back. I completely demolished this guy. He's been fighting me all day. I don't know what I did to him, but apparently I must have stole his Cocoa Puffs or something, because he has a full-on desire to destroy me for some weird reason. I was minding my own business, and I guess it's just because I'm evil and in the evil faction. But yes, I tried to talk to this person and he has a personal vendetta against me. I don't know why. I guess it's just because I'm handsome. But that's okay. You know why, guys? Because when you work hard and you build yourself and you make yourself solid by following these tips, you will be able to be just as strong as I am, or just as strong as multiple people out there. So you just got to make sure to keep your guard up, but most of all, tap into that inner self of yours, pull that power, grind, farm, do what you need to do with the mock battle like we discussed in the beginner video. So if you guys haven't seen that, please, go to my video on beginner's guide for the evil faction. It is very useful for you guys, especially for those new players starting off. But the most important thing, you got to reach down. You can't let that take over. And you're going to destroy them all! Destroy them all! Burn the lands! Killers! Destroy the doors! Make men bow down to you! Let the power of darkness rise as the Lich King rise from the dead! 9 power of rings soar to men, and 9 power of dead kings rise to flitter the wall. Enjoy yourselves and fill your heart with evil. There you go. I apologize, folks. Sorry, when I was switching over to the voiceover, it was, it took off the other voice, and I lost my voice. But don't worry, it's back again. All right, so this is what I was doing. I was telling you trying to tell you, when you become an advanced player, what you're going to need is you're going to need to prepare yourselves. You're going to get attacked all the time, and you're going to be as strong as possible starting off the gate, because you're playing on extreme difficulty. When I mean extreme difficulty, you're going to have to prepare yourself, be on extreme difficulty. There's a couple of things you're going to need. You're going to prepare yourself for battle. So one of the things is you're going to prepare yourself for battle. You're going to need your training camps. You're going to start leveling up your training camps. By now, you should be on level 8 main city. That's what your goal is. So you're going to be on training camps at level 8. Try to get your bowman tower a little up, not too crazy, and same as your battlements. Your battlements should be a little bit more. The reason is because you are going to get attacked. It sucks, but there's a strategy, and I'm going to share with you guys how to prevent yourself from dying and how to prevent yourself from getting eliminated when everything is going. And by the way, hi to everybody. I couldn't say it. I actually said it when I was muted, but thank you all for the people who are joining us here live stream. We all welcome you. I much appreciate it. So, like I was saying before, your most important thing is your market. I'm going to tell you guys this 100%. And my head keeps disappearing for some weird reason. So, it doesn't matter anyways. You guys are not here to look at me. You guys are here to just have some fun. So, like I was saying before, with the marketplace is going to be your best friend. One of the problems that you have as an evil faction is that you're going to have a hard time claiming lands. Mainly because the good faction are constantly going to be stealing your lands, or you're constantly going to be battling that you're using your commanders. It's very hard to farm and very hard to train. Like I said, when you're an evil faction, unless you're Mordor is like set on medium, But when you're evil faction, you are playing extreme difficulty. It's not easy being evil, and it can be quite a thing that it's a little bit frustrating sometimes, but do not worry, you can overcome this. Just follow these simple steps. So, like I said before in the beginner guide video, make sure you join an alliance that is level 10. When you have your warband, make sure you help out just like so. And you're going to get your store. With your store, when you do get your lands in a warband and you're contributing, you're going to get these silvers. You want to get your relocation ability. This is how you're going to survive and how you're going to keep farming. You want to have at least one relocation in your pocket. And remember, it takes 3 days. 3 days for you to actually been able to do it again. So make sure that you keep that in mind. So when you're relocating, you're going to find a spot far away. So we got our base here. We need to be at least about 50 tiles or more. I like to do about 60 to 70 tiles. So right here, and what you're going to do is you're going to control this area. Oh, that guy's on 45-second cooldown. So you're going to control this area and you're going to make what is called a diamond shape. You're going to do a diamond shape that's actually is able to go, and when you click on your middle, you're going to be able to relocate. We're going to show you that right now in a moment when my guys' seconds are fully loaded and we're able to show you guys the magic that we're talking about. So it's 16 seconds now. While we wait for him, let's go back to the main city. So relocation spells, very important for evil factions. That's how you're going to keep yourself alive. I highly recommend relocating your base at least once a week, especially if you're close to war. Now, if you're deep into your territory, there's no real borders near you, and there's nobody really coming close to you. You don't need to relocate. You know, hold on your relocation spells. You're gonna need them 100%, 100% when other factions start pushing you in, because it is one of the most important things. So at this moment, when you're an advanced player, you need to look at your barracks. And you need to start gold. You need to start using your gold to level up your units. Now, like I said before, in our beginner guide, you want to use these crossbow guys and you want to be able to level up on the gold. But when you're an advanced player reaching level 8, you're going to need some tier 3s. Now, you can still use trackers. Trackers are very good. As you can see, I max out my trackers because they do a lot of damage to enemies that have lower attacks. So when I want to target certain units like archers or even tanks, and I want to be able to lower them down, I send my trackers out with a weaker commander into the enemy, so that way it kind of buffs them down, so that way my powerful commander can come up and attack them fully. And that's the most important thing that you got to remember, is that you want to be able to send a tier 2 wave. So don't get rid of your tier 2 units, especially now with the new update. I'm glad to announce this update because it's been needed. With the new update, crossbows, look at this. Their blah 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 blah. Their conscription time is much lower. Their conscription time is much lower. That's just people talking about negotiation. By the way, for people in Lord of the Rings, I have my own Discord for server 5, and everyone's welcome global. Just, you know what, hit me up. I had my name here. I'll put it on, or just look on a previous video and you'll see my in-game name. I'll probably post it up on here so you guys can join our Discord and join in the community. We have a great community. I think it's now about 60 or 70 members, and they're always active, always having fun from different types of games. It's really one of the funnest things to do, is be part of a community, and I welcome everybody to join it. Now, like I was saying before, is that your tier 2 units are important, and they just released an update on certain tier 2s on the evil factions are going to be much faster to produce, and you're going to get a lot more. So they're going to reduce the times. That's why, do you see this? 800 units in 30 minutes. 800 units. So if I go like this, by the end of this video, I'm going to have 800 crossbows. 800 orc crossbows, and these guys are pretty good for dealing double the damage and dishing out. Yeah, they may not be the strongest, yeah, they die easily, but let me tell you, a whole army of them, I'm a weak commander that I don't really care, and I spend very little resources. By God, send them out so my strong commanders that are power level 65 can come in there and wipe them out. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to create like something like this. For example, I did this so you guys can see an example right here. Here, let me put that up. So I have my most powerful commander, 66. Now these units are very hard to be able to make. They cost a lot of resources, so I want to make sure that when I use this guy, he's going to deal damage. He's going to go in there. He's going to punch a line right in the face, and he's going to go in, and he's going to destroy that. But, yes, exactly, John. If only if they did that in the beginning, things would be a lot easier for the evil faction, let me tell you. I mean, we have it's so hard. I'm going to be honest. It's so hard playing an evil faction. One, making units is very hard because we're constantly fighting for land. And even when we do have land, the expense of wood and the expense that wood takes, grain has, because a lot of our units are not cheap. They're very expensive. It's very hard to keep up. You lose a lot of grounds, and it's very tough, especially if you don't know. And this is for advanced tip 2. Like I said in the beginner video over there, it's the beginner guide, is that good factions have a lot of reduced physical damage. So if you're building your evil commanders to have a lot of physical damage, you're going to be disappointed and you're not going to do as much damage. You want to have a lot of focus damage, and you want to have a lot of status damage like burn, poison. You want to have like stun. You want to have madness. That's how you take an advantage, and that's how you win. Physical damage, it's not going to work as well. I mean, there is some great champions in evil factions that are like great commanders that do boost physical damage double, and yes, they could be worth it when you put them with the right team. Like for instance, like if you get a legendary called Black Serpent here, we'll go on the commander in a moment. So I'll finish up this, and then we'll go into the commanders and about how to build your team, and especially getting ready for PvP and how to really set yourself. So in here, you are gonna need this the most. Unlike the good faction, if you guys remember my beginner video for Gondor, unlike the good faction, you're gonna need the Apothecary a lot. This thing is going to be your best friend because of those units being very expensive and very hard to produce. This is where you're going to get majority of your units to defend yourself, recover and stuff. Do not be afraid to use gems. I'm going to say this with 100%. Clear the fort, you need it to be gone. Okay, awesome. We'll talk later. We need to clear a lot more. That guy has a lot of land, and we need to wipe him out. He's bothering me, and we need him gone. He has a lot more land that we need to get rid of. So, anyways, by the way, if you want to join Server 5 and join my alliance, be my guest. I'm right here. Of course, I'll keep you. We'll raise you up. We'll protect you. We'll try to do our best we can to make sure you're 100% in a safe area. That's what we do. We work together on that. So, like I was saying before, your Apothecary is very important. I'm going to say this very clear. Do not be afraid. If you're an evil faction, do not be afraid to use your gems to recover your units to create more fast firing. It's not like if you're good like your Gondor, or even if you're dwarves, you're not going to have a good time. I'm telling you that right now. If you don't use your gems on your apothecaries to actually get your units back, and you need those units immediately to go back into war, you're going to have a very hard time. because the time that you wait for that hour to go, the good faction will already be at your door. And that's pretty much what happened. Like, for example, like this guy over here who's pushing up, that we were just talking about it. He has these multiple ones that pretty much is just causing a major issue and major problem in here. Yes, I do. How do you use the elephants? I do know how to use the elephant. I'll go into that right now. So when you have those multiple tiles, you have to clear them up. But you'll see that they recover a lot faster. I don't know why. It just happens like that. They recover a lot faster than your units. And you're going to need to use those apothecaries to use those gems. So how to use these elephants? Because they attack each other. And they are a pain in the butt to maintain. So the elephants are really designed, and it kind of sucks because there's only, I think, about 3 heroes or 2 heroes that actually make it very suitable. So the heroes are actually designed for the Black Serpent. When you have the Black Serpent, he's actually able to reduce damage, give more damage, and he's actually able to stop. Like, here you go. See, your mammoth won't attack ally units. So if you're building the elephant team and you have Black Serpent, you want to be able to get them to level 5. It's really challenging, really tough, really hard. So I always advise people, you're going to need elephants for sieging. And when you siege a level 50 building, make as many elephants as possible. Why? So let me tell you this. Why you do that? Because when you siege a building, your elephants will not damage each other. They will not damage your units. They will only damage the buildings. So when you have your elephants, let's get in here. When you have your elephants, their main purpose is to do a whole ton of damage to a building. Just look at that. It is 4,000 damage that you can deal with a building. They are incredibly good as far as killing buildings. That's exactly what those elephants are made for. Do not use them for battle unless you have Black Serpent to nullify their effects. They will kill each other very quickly. Yes, you can have a whole squad of elephants do a lot of damage, but you're only going to be able to attack 1 or 2 times, and then you're automatically going to be at 50% the power level that you originally were. It's a lot of resources. I mean, just look at that, plus the gold, 16 grains. They're not worth that much. You can do a lot with that kind of resources and get a whole bunch of units compared to the mammoth. Use these guys for a siege building. They're very good. And same thing with mountain trolls. Now, the level tier 4 trolls are amazing. Tier 4 trolls, hands down, use them for assaults. Use them hands down for assault. But mountain trolls themselves, same thing for me. If use them for siege. I don't like using them for assault unless I'm trying to protect a whole bunch of arrows. If you're using mostly arrow teams, use that. Yeah, I know, John. Yeah, trust me, we're gonna have to work all night to get rid of him, and we're gonna push him in his base, and we're gonna eliminate him. We need to wipe out him. He's a big problem. He's a major big problem. For people who are like watching, what is he talking about? We're talking about eliminating a player that crossed the boundary. Because when a good faction, sometimes you create peace treaties. So I'm going to explain this because this is also a really good way to explain. In this game, you can, in fact, create peace treaties with other allies and they will attack you. It's very political, like I said, very, very political. And we are going to be like, you know, trying to demonstrate this. as much as possible. Sorry, I'm just sending him the coordinates of his base. So it is possible to get peace treaties. It is possible to make peace with different factions and be able to do that. It's by the way, John, it's not a long way. It's very easy. We have a lot of friendly tiles that are close to him. A lot of friendly tiles, so you can hop and skip. You don't need to build that whole entire way. There's tons of friendly tiles over that way. Anyways, and that's another tip I'm going to give to people. So, an advanced tip. I know we're a little disorganized, but we're trying to organize everything. But I'm sorry for the folks here. It's that way you get to see how, like, actually how the game actually works. I guess so. Is how do you plan? How do you focus on players? How do you do that? So one of the biggest things that you need to do is actually look for friendly tiles. If you see friendly tiles, like right here, I don't have any friendly tiles here. I'm looking here. I'm trying to see here. So I'm going to keep going on until I see some friendly tiles over here. I think the game needs to load up. Or maybe he wiped everybody. Oh, right here. Okay, so in this way, you can actually hit right here, click on here. Well, right now I'm out of range, but we can actually get back into range by building a fort. Forts are really useful to actually extend your range. I'll explain that momentarily. So when you have a friendly tile, whether if it's in your faction or in your fellowship, it will actually let you be able to jump, hop, and skip. So you're able to jump, hop, and skip, and you can use other factions to actually get where you are needed. And I believe that was actually the base you're going to need. Yep, that's the base. There you go, John. This is the base. You're going to hop, skip, and you're going to go eliminate. I'm going to go with you, too. Don't worry about that. Let me finish the video. So that's why it's very important to have your factions or your fellowship with you, because you can actually jump off their tiles and base to able to seek and attack and destroy a certain location. That's how you're able to do it. Otherwise, the game wouldn't be that fun, because you'll start like one moment all the way to the dominoes, and it can take a long time. So make sure you're using your factions and your allies to able to build base. And I think this guy's ready, so that way I can show you guys what I was talking about, relocation. So you're gonna go here. You're going to use that guy to go over here. He's going to be 3 minutes, so we're going to go back. So you're going to use that guy, send him over here, try to make a diamond shape, a perfect diamond shape right here on the base. You're going to click on the center tile, and you're going to be able to present your base there to build. I'll show you guys that in a moment. So when you're using your friendly tiles, make sure you're all over the place right there, so that way you can be able to hop and skip. So that way it saves you land, tiles, and that way you don't have to really have to use as much for your land, so you can use it for more farming and getting more land. Now, another great thing, when you build your commander, I like to say champions, because you know they're like champions. When you build your commanders, you're going to look at their weapons. There's different classification of weapons. There's legendaries, there's epics, and there is regular rares. In another video, we're going to go over how to upgrade these weapons, what weapons are really worth it, and what to actually put on your commanders. But for right now, this is advanced guide, just a general term. So we're just going to go over. So a lot of times you want to look at your skills on your weapons, and you're gonna be like this. Okay, so if I'm building a commander and I want him to be more focused on focus damage, I need to make sure my weapon is gonna give him focus damage instead of just might and maybe speed. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about buffing as far as unit types and what units are really better for what things. So that's one of the things you want to do as an advanced player is start working on your equipment. As you can see, there's a level 100 or a green circle right there. When you first equipped a equipment on there, you do got to battle a couple of times to able to get to level 100. It makes the weapon more utilized, better for the benefits of your commander. Don't think you just put it on there first battle. You're not going to get 100% on the status and the effects for that. It's a weird mechanic. I wish they didn't put it in the game, but it is something that has to be there. So you guys got to be aware of that you do have to level your equipment. And every time you take your equipment off and you put it on, it's going to reset to 0. Doesn't matter if it's the same equipment. As long as it's on a commander, that commander has to get familiar or master that type of equipment or gear. So you do have to reset yourself every time you need to put it on. Yeah, and they never stay. Another thing you want to do as an advanced player, when you're leveling up, I know this silly little thing right there, it's because my main light is dead, so I have to use these 2 room lights that I used before and I didn't set it properly. So when you want to level up your commanders as an advanced player, you want to do 2 things. One, you want to look at their max level effect. To max level effects is an additional effects that only is unlocked at max level. If you do not max the level, you do not get that. So there is some commanders that saying, hey, this guy is really good for taverns, able to knock down tips, counts as 2 commanders like this. And then there's some right here where physical damage cannot be decreased, so he cannot be affected. So that way when you get like that, you're able to do poison damage, deal, cannot heal life, and you want to read that. But you want to keep looking at what you build and everything. How you get so much people already. How did I get so much people already? He wants to know, how did I get so much people already? Well, one, I'm a beta player, so everything I've done in beta gave me a big boost. 2, I did buy the season pass and the monthly pass, so I was able to get some commanders with that, and I spent $1 to get my Camel. And 3, I'm really lucky. I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. I'd be like Nixon, I won't tell a lie. But yeah, it's, to be honest with you, I got really lucky. I got lucky on these guys. I got lucky on this guy. I got invites. I didn't get them through gifts. Let me make this stuff clear. I did not get these guys through gifts. I got these guys through invite. I'm on server 5, by the way, Snow. I'm on server 5. Number 5. So, and it's been really fun. So back to what I was saying commander wise, when you're really building up there, you want to be able to look at your champions and your heroes, your commanders, whatever you call them, but they're commanders in here. But you really want to look and you're like, okay, I need to build this guy. How do I build them? There's all this things, especially when you start getting to something like this with these rares, because the rares are very easy to get to level 5. For you free-to-play players, these are going to be your bread and butters. These rares, and don't think they're bad, because they have some amazing stuff on them. There is some rares that are amazing. This guy, for instance, one of my favorites. One of my favorite rares out there. When you get his max level, his focus damage is automatically plus 15. Look at that main ability. Normal attacks inflict additional 150 focus. Let's look at what is his focus power. Right here. His focus power is that little brain right there. It is already 97. So when he's able to have a base value of 63, and then he has a bonus value of 33.79, and he reduces the damage from focus for his army by 4.8. I'm just reading. All right, so with this, with hold this commander, you can just make 2 forts and use all of your armies to take a keep. One man faction. Yes, I am leveling up all my commanders. I have a total, I think it's 18 commanders. I have a total of 18 commanders. It has to be server 5. When you're server 5, you can pick Agmar. Because only the special servers you're able to play. So I have a total of 18 commanders. So yes, to answer your question, I am a one-man faction. I'm also almost close to getting Undying too. I'm very close to getting Undying. And then also Witch King, I am now halfway. I am now halfway there. So I'm almost halfway there to Witch King. I have only 2 epics left. Do I have anything to... Yeah, I have 2 epics left. I probably could have gotten this guy already. I sold a lot of these bottles. But I have 2 epics left that I can get as well. There's something going on. And that's why I said it's really worth getting the monthly pass, because when you do your monthly pass, you're getting about, and this is for your advanced player too, so there's another tips and trips. I know this video we're going all over the place. Forgive me, I am sorry, but we're having some really good information here. You guys on a live stream, you're asking me some really good information. So monthly pass, and for both the gems and for the coins are worth it. They really do give you such a big advantage. They're not expensive at all either. I think it's like 10 bucks for both or something like that, 10 or 14 bucks for both. It's really good. They are really worth it. I have 8 days remaining, which I'm gonna be able to redo anyways. I'm gonna re-up them. They are really worth it. I'm not a big fan of buying gems. I believe you should buy each one time, because you do get the double bonuses of getting the double gems, and that's it. You don't need to do anything else. The season pass right here. Let me go over here. Season pass is worth it. You get tons of gems, tons of medallions. You get also some legendary weapons here that are very useful for your commanders. Like I said, I do recommend that. For advanced players, this is probably more what your thing is, because as a beginner player, you're never really sure if you spend money or not. But if you're an advanced player and you start doing that, that's when you're like, okay, I can spend money. I like this game enough. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna spend money. I want to play this game, right? So advanced players, those are the stuff you want to buy. Another thing that you want to buy too, that you will not get, which is kind of, it's a little messed up. I'm gonna be very honest with you. There is a special package that you get. Now, every time you pull like a legendary or an epic or anything, do not buy these, by the way. These are terrible packs. These are not worth a dime. They're not worth it. You're spending money, you're throwing out. If anything, the one that's worth it the most is probably the Commander Trail, because those stamina tinctures are super expensive, and and they're not really worth that much either. Or maybe not even that. That's not even worth anything. The resource benefit, don't waste your thing. But every time you do pull a legendary, or you get like a lot of legendary gifts, because it also appears there for commanders, you will get what is called a Warlord pack. It's 50 bucks. It comes up. It's right here. It is well worth it. You get about 10, I think it's 10 legendary items, and when you buy it, it gives you, I think, 11,000 gems. I think, let me see here. Yeah, it gives you 11,000 gems, 11,500 gems. It is really worth it. Not gonna lie, it's worth the 50 bucks. It does give you advantage. Unfortunately, it does give you a strong advantage on getting some legendaries. It does give you a lot of gifts, and it does give you a good amount of gems, so you're getting a good bonus. That I would recommend legendary. When you pull and there's also another pack that you get when you get an epic, when you pull like an invitation for an epic, or when you recruit an epic, there is a pack that they give you. I forgot what it's called. It's half of the Warlord pack and it's half the price, but it is worth it too, because it also gives you 10 epic gifts with some gems for the same price. So it's pretty much you're buying gems, but they're giving you additional gifts for it that kind of boosts up your character so you can be able to level up to a next rank. That right there, I'm gonna admit, for you pay to win players, those are worth it. They really do help you out in the long run. Now, this is something I want to really explain for advanced players, because you're gonna get through a time where you're gonna be like, hey, how do I level up my weaker commanders? I'm so busy fighting. What do I do? How do I really level them up? I don't know. So you're gonna go here. You're gonna mock battle. You're gonna take your whatever commander you're focusing on, because one commander should be level 40. By now, as an advanced player, you should be about level 35, working on your main commander being level 40. I am gonna really explain this. I'm gonna really explain this to the T. Do not worry about getting your commander to level 50. Multiple 40s are better than one level 50. Getting a commander to level 40 to 50 is really hard. The EXP that is gained once your character reaches level 40 is almost triple. It's ridiculous. I don't know what they were thinking about, but it's really hard to get a character to level 50, and it wastes too much time. Do not bother wasting your time getting it to level 50. Once you reach the level 40, move on to another commander, use that commander, and be able to level up. Like right here, I have multiple level 40s. We're going to mock battle here. And I'm going to focus on the one person that needs it the most. Because this guy, I have to, you know what? Let me do this real quick so I can show an actually example. So what you're going to do is the person that you're going to train, you're going to go to your army. Make sure you remove all their units except for whatever minimal that they have, because you don't need to have a whole army on them. You can actually give that to another commander to able to do more with. So you're going to go here. You're going to go click on here. You're going to click mock battle. Go all the way max. This is 100. Costs like 60k. Boom. When you train, I'm going to be mock battle. Do not mock battle anything under 100. Even 100 is kind of like a waste, but sometimes you have no choice. When you get your first 200 powered land, that is going to be your training camp. And it only gets better when you train the other one. So do not worry. Like Gabriel, don't be like, Gabriel, I have all these commanders. You know, I have 5 commanders. I only have one level 40. I have one level 40. I have one level like 30, and my 3 commanders are still level 10. There's 3, and I can't train them, man. I can't just send them out, capture lands. I don't have enough army. Well, don't worry. You put the minimal, you mock battle level 200 power level land. Guess what happens? Your level 10 is going to be level 20 like that, instantly. I took in level 8, make them level 20 with full max mock battle, like, because I have the stamina for people. I'm going to show you the ring too. I have max stamina and max regeneration on orbs. For this, I forgot what they're called. I think they're power stones or power circle, but I'll tell you right now. Anyways, so I mock battle right there into the 200. My level 8 became a level 20 in like less than an hour. You don't have to worry. If long you have one solid commander that's level 40 and you're working on your second commander that's going from level 30 to 40, your other commanders can wait. They can literally wait until you get a 200 power land. You capture that land. Use that land for literally your training. Just send your people. And all you got to do is get another one. And you can literally have 2 people train at the same time. You will be able to get a level 40 with that land within 3 days. It takes about, I'll say, if you're really focusing, you're saving your orbs and you're doing it like at least 3 times a day and you're only focusing that once, you can get it in 2 days. In 2 days, like maybe a day and a half, maybe a little bit more than that, you will be able to get a level 40 in a short period of time. It's very easy. I know a lot of people are like, what do you mean? All this time I've been wasting like stamina and buying lands and trying to get all this stuff, and I couldn't build enough units, and I had to restore and apothecary and all this stuff, and I could have done this. Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I'm letting people know, don't waste time with lower level commanders. Build 2, and once you get a land, then you can start sending off there. And literally, as you saw right there, he's getting 150,000 EXP. Very easy. And let's go to the ring really quick so that way you guys know. When you go to the ring, do not, for the love of Agmar, for the love of the Witch King, do not do EXP gain. Do not do Mox Battle EXP gain. Do not do efficiency. Do not do a ration. They are a waste. I'm going to repeat myself on this. They are literally a waste of power. I'm telling you this right now. What are these called? Ability points. There you go. Ability points. I'm here calling them power stones. They're ability points. They are a waste of ability points. Do not bother wasting your ability points on that branch. Just get your physical damage. Do not bother with side because they are absolutely terrible. The max that you'll get is a plus 18,000 EXP, and that's nothing. It's really is. I'd rather you put it on something else. Another thing that you're gonna need is doing this powerful sweeping. Very important in taking lands in the evil faction. It is something that is important. As you know, in my other beginner guide when I was Gundor, we went up to the gathering like levies, getting yourself abundant of stone, abundant of wood. Unfortunately, you can't do that with the evil faction. You just don't have enough land and you don't have enough time. And it really opened my eyes how much of a difference it is from playing good versus evil. Evil, you really have to really count on beating the lands with one commander, and you really need to be able to powerhouse everything, and that's what you're gonna get. Be honest, I have 40 40 40 in all my resources. Yeah, 40 40 40 in my resources. I still haven't been able to touch 60 60 60, or even when I was Gundor, I think I was almost 70 70 70 on that. I haven't been able to do that because I'm just so busy fighting all the time, and it's not even by choice. It is purposely brought to me, purposely, and you're just constantly fighting. It is a little frustrating, but you can get through it by listening to these tips. They really do help by doing the powerful sweeping, because every time you're gonna hit a land, you're going to do 10% damage and you're going to wipe it clean, and it's not even going to affect you. Maybe I actually can show you guys. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. Here, where's a... see if I can find a high power level land here. 60, 60. There is a 130. I'm looking for... mostly captured everything, you know. Oh, right here. Okay, so we're gonna send this guy out. That's 130 power, and I'm bringing a 60 something power on it. You're gonna see how this guy barely gets any damage, barely lose any units. That will be happening in a minute. Back to us saying here. So with this person right here, you're gonna go right here and you're gonna do the relocation. So we're gonna go back to what the relocation is. So you're gonna build a diamond. Here, when you click on it, if there's a red square, that means you have to capture it. You cannot, I'm gonna say this really quick because I learned this the hard way, you cannot put a base on the edge of the map. The game will not allow you to. It will not allow you to put a base on the edge of the map or by the edge of the river. If you have a river right here, they will not allow you to build a base there. period. You have to build it at least 1 square away from the edge of the map and 1 square from away from mountains or edges of rivers. That's the only way they're going to be able to let you build a base. So you have to build a diamond. So all I have to do is capture that one on top. You build a diamond, you click on the middle, you need your one of the relocation spell. All your commanders have to be in your main base. So you have to retreat everybody in there. It has to be all in that diamond. And the third is that your faction has to own that land. You cannot build your base on a neutral or even on somebody else's land. They will not let you do that. It's a big no-no. They'll say you get denied, and if you're really desperate and you're trying to run away from an enemy, you're gonna get denied and destroyed. Oh no! Please build! Please build! I don't know why it's building. You laugh, but I know there's some of you out there who are like that. I know, it's like, I waited the last minute. What did I do? I waited the last minute. Do not do that. It is also important to complete your taverns. That's another thing you could do for weaker commanders. You're not going to get too much EXP from taverns. Taverns are mostly used to actually get a little bit more points to recruit commanders. Really, that's it. There's not a lot of EXP that you can gain from the taverns as much, but they are wonderful to get power to get gift points for your commanders to make them stronger and rank, as well as recruit new ones. So that's what you really want to do. That's another way how you can get yourself more commanders like me, who have 17 or 18 commanders, I think so. Let's see, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 commanders. So I need 3 more to get to 20. And once I'm 20 commanders, I'm literally my own personal faction. I have to train them all, but as you see, I can make a level 40 per 2 days. I think I'm gonna be fine. Now the only thing that's gonna be troubling is to rescript those army. And that brings on to my next tip point, is that this right here, Abundant Force, is gonna be your best friend. Now with the new reduce tier 2 units, that makes it faster and you get more units for a shorter amount of time. You're gonna definitely be able to do that. Another thing you want to do is get your marching speed. Unfortunately, Evil Faction is very slow. It's very slow unless you get your mounted units, which I do. I don't like to wait around. I get my mounted unit. I'm super fast. I'm able to get in there, dive in there. Trackers are amazing. You put a whole bunch of tracker on a weak commander and your big commanders are fighting. You send those trackers in there. They come in like 2 minutes or like less than a minute sometimes, depending how far they are. And man, boom, they hit that commander, drop your elite commander, boom, takes over, boom, out of here. Yeah, I'll definitely ping you, John. We'll talk about that after I'm done with the stream. Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely do that. So that's exactly what you want to do. Now, these are the ones that are most important too. You want to make sure you max out your commander stamina. Now, I'm going to let you guys know this. When you max out your control for your ability points, you get plus 10. And for your stamina, you cannot revert this back. Once you put an ability point there, even if you reset, it will not give you those points back. For the good faction, you don't really need it. You need mostly your resources to build more units. But for the evil faction, this is important. You really want to get this done. And for the... Now, here's the secret. Because this is something that they don't explain in the game. But these control max ability points, they actually increase your ability point regain. Is something that they do increase it. It makes it faster. It doesn't say it, but it actually does. It actually makes you gain your ability points faster. You know, it's crazy. It's just it's how it is. So when you get that, so those are what you need to do on your ring. Like I said, pretty much when you go to your army, like I said, you're going to use your gold. You want to be able to max out going into here, going into there, but make sure you choose your units wisely. Like I said, for me, crossbows are wonderful. Of course, if you're not part of the faction. Oh, so sorry, guys. I've been working so much. I gotta apologize. It's so rude of me to yawn. Bad, Gabriel. Bad. So, I've just been working a little bit too much. So, now right here is that we're going to be going over into your gold, and you're going to be using it to max out your units, like I said before. But when you're an advanced player, you're not going to really have tier 3s that much. You're going to be mostly using your tier 2s. I really like crossbows, and I really like trackers. If you're part of Agmar, those are stuff. If not, you want to get your Marauders. I already explained that in the beginning videos. You want to get your Marauders. You want to be able to get this as well. It makes everything a lot easier for you when you're gathering resources, because that's one of the most important things. Your trolls, you don't really need to worry about your trolls. Brawlers are really good now that they leveled up brawlers. Brawlers actually do decent amount of damage, but berserkers, they actually are way better now. They do a lot more damage, so I might be investing into them in the future. Again, as a advanced player, you want to get your quarters. You want to level up your quarters to get that additional grain plus gold for every 2 hours that you're getting. You'll get your gold for your levies, but your stone production comes every hour, or your resource production will be every hour. They help majorly, big time on that. As you can see, I think I only need one more. Yeah, I only need this one, and then I'll be able to get them all. If you're part of Mordor, you may want to stick with doing your snappers. Snappers now also has a reduced conscription time. They do a lot of burn damage. Man, these guys are really good. Like, I use my crossbows because they do double the damage. Well, these guys, they're able to do double the damage as well, just in a different way. They do their normal attack and burn damage, which is really hefty. They actually are pretty decently good. Now, brawlers are really good as well. They do require a lot of time to go forward, which it can be a little bit. They're okay in beginning. They start falling off. Right now, you shouldn't really be wasting too much time with them. It's your berserkers that you want the most. Berserkers are just really good now, especially since they got a power boost. Your archers for Mordor, these guys are actually pretty decent. They're pretty decent. I use trackers because we're in Agmar. Hey, how you doing, Attack? Welcome to the channel. So those guys are, whatever. But right here for Morgul, if you want to do right here, I think I'm trying to remember if Mordor is Morgul or if Uric. I think Isengard is Uric, and then Morgul is Mordor. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming and watching and seeing my content. I appreciate it. I keep going forward. As you know, people, I will be doing 3 videos a week. The reason I didn't do 3 videos this week is I'm getting ready for a big haul at work. We're going to be working about 72 hours this week. So I needed an extra day to rest, because tomorrow I sell insurance, so health insurance. So tomorrow is that big AEP enrollment period, and it's going to be just nuts. And I'm going to be still doing 3 videos a week, so that way you guys are able to keep enjoying yourself. I just needed to rest this week, so I'm prepared for the upcoming madness. But thank you all for, always supporting me. I'm always appreciated, and I love making content for you guys. So back to the units. Like I said, over here, trackers are so good. I really like trackers. I really like riders. They really work. Trolls, I'm not a big fan of trolls, but the tier 4 trolls, are amazing. They are ridiculously good. And for the evil humans, definitely you want to be able to get your dragoons. One of the best units is Ruhan. For dragoons are amazing. These units, they're almost as good as Fallens. I'm gonna just be really honest. These guys are so good. The range here, maybe I can show you guys the max bonus they go up, because I gotta max out. But pirates are pretty decent as well. They do double the damage. But if you're looking for more defense, you may want to put your skirmishers, because you won't be able to get your pirates right away. It does take a while to get your pirates. But you definitely, Corsairs are decent. They're good oath breakers. These are anti-oath breakers. They deal a lot of damage and everything. But they're okay. They're decent. They're not bad. They're decent. So, like I was saying, dragoons are just so good. Look at this. Look at this. Reduce damage. Damage received by range is negative 30%. Negative 30. And you're like, oh, well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. That's really good. Well, it's also negative 10 on top of the 30. That's 40%. That's almost half the damage. These things are crazy good. I mean, crazy good. And especially if you're facing good factions. Because let me tell you how annoying their archers are. They have archers, especially elves. Elves, my God, they don't know how to pick up a sword. They only know how to throw a stick. Exactly. Pure insult right there. Insert pure hatred. Learn how to use a sword. You stick throwers. So let me show you what I was talking about. How much archers these guys use. Look at this. Here's an archer. This is from Lindo factions. These guys, they're all about avoiding damage and stuff. I think, yeah, they're still the same. They're just blue. They're about avoiding damage. Move that here. Okay, they're about avoiding damage. But look, they even have mount archers. They have the sentinel archers as well. Like, when you're facing elves, just expect to face a good archer. And what you're going to do is easy. Put your dragoons, get your trackers. Even if you want, like, Fallens are pretty good. I gotta admit, Fallens are not that bad because they do have a reduced damage of 10, but every time they receive damage, they get stronger, and they get stronger and ridiculously strong. They're pretty good, and riders are anti-mount units. I love these guys. They do really well. They're anti-mount units. They're able to get in there, hit hard, be able to stop anything, and they have a reduced damage of 10%, and they're fast. 133. So automatically, and for speed, for the advanced players to understand how speed works, when you have speed, that means how fast you're going to go in the turn. If you're going to go first or second. So when you have your mounted units as an evil faction, you're going to hit first automatically. So as soon as the battle starts, you're going to attack them, and you're going to be able to rip them apart, and you're going to be able to destroy them before those archers are able to hit you. And whatever's left, then you're going to receive damage. And here's a perfect example. I think I can show you guys a good... let me show you guys a battle simulation, so that way you guys can understand what I'm talking about here. Let's try to pull this up so that way you guys can see, because you got to put the instant replay. Okay, here you go. I think I have another one too. Yes, guys, I was picking on a person and I was demolishing him, okay? Don't judge me, all right? Don't judge me. So look right here. This is a perfect good example. Actually, you know, let's do one that had a tier 4. I enjoy showing those tier 4, those instant loss of tier 4. Let's see. I know there's another one here. 8 hours ago. Okay, so no, that was it right there. Is it this one I want to show? Yeah. Okay, so as you can see, there is pure mounted unit, pure range unit on a level 45. My guy is level 40. We hit him. We did tons of damage. Look at that. Look at that damage that we have in present. It's almost even, except for I demolished his tier 4. So let's look at that. Let's play that replay. Shadow versus the elf. So automatically he's gonna use his whole entire thing. Force ability, beast training. Here's the delay plague, dark mental. Here's that ring wrath. And boom, you see, look how fast. Did you guys see how fast that starting is? Bam, already in there. I don't know if you guys saw that dash with the riders. I don't know if any of you saw that dash. That was crazy. So they're gonna go in there and they automatically hit. So the arrows didn't even get to me. It's getting slaughtered at 4 a.m. UK. Well, thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it. But look at that. Look how fast it is. Man, the Dragoons totally wiped that out. You see how amazing it is with these slaughters. This is why I choose this team in particular, because they are quick. Look at that dash again, 6,000. Man, these teams are super fast. It's because of that speed. When you have top speed, you're doing high damage, you have good defense, you're gonna rock it. And this guy has tier 4s. I only have a little bit of tier 4s with my Fallens, and they're not even facing this. We're like demolishing his tier 4s right now. They went from 1,000 to 71 units. Look at that. And there you go, poisons applied. And the battle is continuously going in there. Just look at that devastation, dashing already, and look at that. We're doing more damage quicker and faster because we have better speed. They're able to do it. Like when you guys see they're turning blue and they're going forward, that's actually when they're attacking. There you go, black arch right there, hitting it down. They're all combining. Here comes the plague. Boom, poison damage is gonna stack right there. Another poison damage on the playing field. And this is why, for advanced players out there, when you're watching your battle replay, you really want to go look and say, okay, these guys are doing this, okay, these guys are doing that. They're able to go here, and boom, he's gonna try to do burn damage, whatever. He's not doing that much damage. As you can see from the map, we're actually not doing bad at all. He's gonna be holding out between 900 and 903. So we got him down to 71 units and we didn't lose that much. So he's just getting demolished at this point. I think once we kill one of the tier 3s, the battle actually overturns and we're able to destroy that tier 4 unit even more. I think that's what happens. So he heals up there, but I don't think they can heal because I used the plague. I think it prevents from healing. Man, this is just devastating. We're gonna just move on fast forward on this. It's only up to ×3. So we're just gonna move on fast forward so that way it keeps going forward. It's able to go through. It was a tie-up, actually. It was a tie-up, but look at that. He had 903 on tier 4. He got to 71 tier 4 units. And let's look at this guy. And it's not like this guy didn't boost these people up. Like, they boost him up. This guy, he's definitely throwing money at the game. Right? He's definitely a whale. He's throwing money at the game. Look at that. His speed. Look, even his fastest unit is 132. Doesn't even beat my Rider. That is 140. Doesn't even beat my Dragoon. Well, it beats my Dragoon. That's 129, but that's fine. Whatever. Doesn't even beat my Fallen. That's 141. That's how crazy that is. Let's see if I can show you guys trackers. Is there a good video I can show you trackers to see how, to show you guys how they work? Tier 2. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so here it is. I'm using, this is a lower, weaker commander. Like I said, I use a weaker commander to actually go up and then finish them off with a higher commander. So we're going to show you how tracker works. So trackers are going to automatically target the, oh, there's only 100 of them. I guess it's not that good of a video. It's only 100 trackers, but anyways, you'll get the point. Trackers will automatically target the unit with the lowest attack. Look at that. They're already dashing out there. 60,000. I guess this video is not, yeah, this video is not going to show. This guy only had 100 trackers on. There is somebody. Which one do I have? Oh, right here. Perfect example. He was using trackers. Let's just go with the first one. So this is a guy that took another damage. It took a butt damage. We're using trackers. So we're going to go here. He's going to use Mountain Warriors, get weapon expertise. Fight right there. Look already, trackers already dealing damage automatically. Going in there. And they are targeting. And they are gaining up. We have our trackers right here. They're gaining up on that one unit. So that's what's good about trackers, so that way people understand, is that yes, they target the lowest attack, but if there's already a group of units that's already attacking that, you're just dealing double the damage to them, and they're not able to do anything as far as that go. So you're really able to take advantage of them, wipe them clean, deal the damage, and let's just look at that. Woo! Poison all the way. They're going down. Just automatically wipe. You're talking about super fast units. That's what I like to play as. I like to play them with my super fast units. They do a really good job. And that's how it is. And I think that's it for all of the tutorial for advanced players. I know I got some more I can do, but I rather save them for the advanced, for the expert tips. Going more into war. We already been doing this video for an hour, so well, thank you all for watching. I highly appreciate it and this joining with me. And again, by the way, just to give a really good call out, thank you for BlueStacks for sponsoring the video. BlueStack, what it is an emulator that you can play on the PC for these mobile games, so that way you can free up your time on your phone and be able to play 2 games. Or even if you want to just chat on the phone and play it and you don't feel like using your phone and you have time to sit down, you can use BlueStacks. The download link for the Lord of the Rings is below for people who haven't played Lord of the Rings. The download link is below on the description video. You guys can more than happy to play that. It's also available on BlueStacks. After all, guys, thank you for all watching. I highly appreciate it. This is Gabriel Phoenix signing out, and you all have a blessed day. Peace.